What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the garage. It's a mess, as you can see. We're right in the middle of moving, super stressful. First order of business, some quick news. I think I've located a Shelby. It's the exact vehicle I've been looking for. It's super rare. I don't want to give too much away. It is a Dodge. That's, well, you guys know me. The dude has been super weird and hard to get a hold of. We came to a deal. We're supposed to pick it up tomorrow. There was a little bit of an issue with the title. He had to get it notarized and a couple things done on it. So we'll see what comes with that. But I'm hoping for Tuesday now. Tomorrow's Sunday. I was gonna pick it up tomorrow. Hoping for Tuesday. Might end up being Friday. We'll have to see. But super excited. It's the right price, it's the right vehicle, and I've been looking for a long time for this exact vehicle. Very hard to find, especially affordable, because they're getting very, very rare. They always were rare, and now they're even more rare. So anyway, should be really exciting content for that. I'm gonna do a video if I go up to get it. It's about 4 hours from me in North Carolina. Anyway, we'll keep you updated on that, but today is going to be kind of a different video idea. You'll have to let me know if you like it or not. I don't know, just something I thought would be kind of cool to do. I'm going to go through the vehicles that I've owned and kind of the stories behind them. Try to make it as brief as possible. I have owned a crap load of vehicles. I might have to pause this video, and I have a list on my phone. I might have to refer to that because I might not remember them all. First car, and the only car I've ever owned up to this point, because you guys know me, I'm a truck guy. 1990 Dodge Shadow Coupe hatchback. It's a two-door. It's a cool little car. Two things I didn't like about it. It had the 2.5 instead of the 2.2, which the 2.5 was a terrible motor. It was a bored and stroked version of the 2.2. 2.2s were awesome, and then they bored them and stroked them. It made less power and it had less fuel economy. The thing was terrible. It got like 20 miles to the gallon on the highway with like 80 horsepower. So it had 3-speed automatic. That's the other thing I didn't like about it. It was the worst transmission. When you were cruising at 60, it was at like 23, 2400 RPM, and it had no passing gear. So if you floored it to pass somebody, it wouldn't downshift. You had nothing. It just made a different noise. So the thing was, it was a great car, a great little car, but it was cool looking, I thought. Very 80s. But not the best performing vehicle in any category. It was black with a tan interior. I don't think I have any pictures of it. If I do, I'll put them up, but I don't think I do. Next vehicle, so I bought that Shadow for $600, sold it for $600 a few months later. A truck came available that I loved this truck since I was, it was the first standard I ever drove. I think I was 13 when I drove it. It was a family friend's truck. It was a 5-speed Dakota, 97 Dakota, so it was second gen Dakota, 5-speed with a 3.9 V6. By the time I bought it, it had kind of gone through this family friends that we had. By the time I bought it, it had 212,000 miles on it. I traded a blown-up ZR700 snowmobile, which was an Arctic Cat, and $400 for that truck. And it was the best truck. It's the only truck I actively miss. That truck went so good down the road. It was so reliable. It had been tortured its whole life at 212,000 when I got it. I don't think I did hardly anything to that truck. I put a wheel cylinder in the rear drum brake on the right-hand side. I did wheel bearings. I think that's it. Maybe a ball joint or two, but that truck was so good. Drove it until it had 232,000 on it. Never let me down. Started every time. Ran great. It was so low on compression though that if you parked it on a hill in first gear, even if it was a little tiny incline, it would start bumping itself forward. And it had no e-brakes, so you had to be real careful where you parked it because it would roll. So ended up selling that. So I bought it for $400 in the snowmobile, and then sold it for I think $600. About a year and a half later, and I sold it because I bought a super cool truck. It was my first second gen Ram. It was a '97 V10 with an NV 4500 5-speed in it. Extended cab long bed. So it was the year before they started doing the suicide doors. So it was just the extended cab with no doors. 97, and it was the last year of the old dashboard, which was, I really don't like the old dashboard in the second gens. I like the newer style dashboard a lot better. That was an awesome truck. I think I bought it for $3,500. Loved it. That V10 was sweet. It's awful on fuel. Found another identical truck, but it was a '99. So it was the new style dashboard, and it had the suicide doors on it, and it was from North Carolina. I was living in New Hampshire at the time, so it had no rust on it. It was a great looking truck. That one, the only difference was it was a short bed, but they were both really cool trucks. I had them at the same time. And the older one, the '97, had 35s on it. It had a Dana 80 rear end with 1-ton springs. So it was basically a 1-ton, but it was a 2500. But it was, the guy had turned it into a 3500. So the newer one, the '99, rode better because obviously it had 2500 springs in it, and it was a short bed. So they were both 5-speed V10s, super rare trucks. Ended up selling both of them at almost the same time, because so I bought the white one for $3,500, the red one, which was the newer one, which I don't think I have a picture of. I bought that for $4,000, and someone offered me way more than I paid for both of them, so I didn't have either of them very long. Sold them both. It's when I moved out of my parents' house, so didn't have a ton of money going around, so I bought a '96 Nissan Hardbody, 5-speed with 2.4, 4-wheel drive, short bed, standard cab. It was an awesome truck. Had like 250,000 miles on it. I'd drive home from work, and when I got home to my hometown, I would actually dive off the road onto the ATV trails and take those home every day. Pounded that thing, tried to break it. Never was able to break that thing. It was sweet though. It was black, and it had the little like tan, stupid little '90s sticker design on the side that those Nissans had. I'll try to find a picture. I don't think I have a picture of the truck, but I'll try to find a picture and put it up of what it looked like. So that was a sweet truck. Don't even remember what I bought that for. I think I sold it for whatever I bought it for, $500 or $600. Got another '99 second gen Dodge, so it'd be my third second gen. I thought this thing was loaded. It was my first automatic truck, and it had a 360 V8, and it was the SLT Laramie. So my first truck with power windows and heated mirrors. I thought that thing was sweet, super loaded. I thought the valve seals were bad in that one. So the whole time I had it, it would burn like a quart of oil like a week. It was bad. I mean, you floor that thing and just blue smoke everywhere. But it turned out, in retrospect, all the symptoms that it had: low power, burned oil. It was an intake plenum gasket, like I did on the second gen that I have now. It was just totally, that intake plenum was gone, and it just would suck oil in. And so, but I thought it was valve seals. So I bought it for a couple grand, drove it for about a year, sold it for a couple grand. Bought my first brand new truck after that. It was a 2012 standard cab, short bed Dodge with the 4.7 V8 It was the first year of the 6-speed automatic transmission. Had crank windows, manual locks, but it had the Ram boxes in the bed, which I thought were pretty cool. Racing dirt bikes at the time, it was handy to have those, put all my gear in. And it had the factory spray in bed liner, 4-wheel drive. It was a great little truck. Wish I still had that. I thought the payment was massive on it. The payment was like $350 for 5 years. It was like, the truck was like 19 grand, brand new. So, had that for about a year. Got tired of making a truck payment. Idiot. So I got rid of it. Sold it for basically what I owed on it. I think I sold it for like 16 grand or something. Which today that truck would probably still be worth 10 with prices today. Got rid of that. I got an 03, my first 3rd gen. It was an 03 with a 4.7 SLT quad cab. Nice truck. Had that for like 2 months. Somebody offered me more money than what I had into it, so I sold it. Got a 2013 Nissan hardbody, stick shift, 2-wheel drive. Terrible truck. I blew 2 rear ends in it in 10,000 miles, brand new. Eventually, with the help of Nissan, I called Nissan. I'm like, dude, this thing has been, sometimes it wouldn't start, the windshield wipers weren't working, it had like 10,000 miles on it. Ended up, Nissan helped me get out of it. I sold it. I lost a little bit of money on it, but not as bad as it could have been. And I got back into a Dodge. Made the mistake of trying something different. Got a 14 Hemi Express crew cab, 4-wheel drive, super nice truck. Kind of that mid-level trim. And that truck was awesome. I had that truck for 4 years, longest I've ever owned a truck. Beat the snot out of it because I used to work for a tractor dealership, and so I would get paid extra to deliver the tractors that I sold. So I was towing 12, 13, 14,000 pounds with a half ton. I'll just put a picture up. So that truck was a good truck. It had almost 100,000 miles when I sold it. And I bought it brand new, so. Got rid of the 20-inch wheels. I always hated the 20-inch wheels. I'm kind of old school, so I put on some 17s with some BF Goodrich all-terrains. It was an awesome truck. I drove that thing all over the country. Towed all over the place with it. Towed way heavier than I should have with it. Never had a single issue with that thing. Shoot, what did I have next? Got rid of that. I sold it for, I think I made a little bit of money when I got rid of it, compared to what I owed on it. And then I got a 2018 Toyota Tacoma. I got it super cheap. It's a brand new truck. Put a 3-inch lift, some 33s on it. Blacked out all the badges. Put pretty cool blacked out LED taillights in it. Because I bought that truck because I moved down to South Carolina. I wanted a little beach cruiser truck because that's when I moved here. So it was 2018. It was orange. It was a pretty cool truck. It was cool. It looked cool. It drove awful. I only had that for a few months. Was able to get out of it, sell it for pretty much what I owed on it because I got such a good deal because I was working at a Toyota dealership at the time. What did I get next? I got rid of that because I had gotten a job with an outside sales company that was a lot of traveling. So I got a 2018 Dodge Bighorn with a level 2 package. So it was as loaded as a Dodge gets without leather. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, It was a quad cab. It was a really nice blue color, super nice truck. The only thing was it had V6 in it, which was by design because I was driving. I put 70,000 miles on that truck in 2 years, so I wanted really good fuel economy, which it had. Ended up putting some BF Goodrich all-terrains in it. Sold that thing. I owned it for a couple years, and actually, while I had that truck, I picked up the truck that we've kind of built this channel around, the '99 second gen, with a NV 3500 in it. Bought that. I actually towed that truck back from Louisiana, the Texas border of Louisiana, back here. So that would have been 8,000, 8,500 pounds, truck and trailer. And it towed it beautifully. That V6 with the 8-speed was actually a pretty good setup. So brought that back with it. Obviously, you know the story on that truck. I think I had bought, somewhere along the way, I was starting my lawn care company out. I bought an 04 third gen, 4.7, automatic transmission, 2-door, long bed. I was going to buy it for a work truck, bought it for $1,000. It had 200 something thousand miles on it, but it was really good shape. Put a picture up. So I bought that truck because I was going to work that a little more than my 2018 Dodge that I still had, the blue truck. And then I had it for like a few days, and someone offered me $2,500 for it. I paid $1,000, so sold it. Let's see, what else? What came after that? I bought a 2001 second gen. Just found a good deal on it, $1,500. It needed a transmission. Nice truck. Had like 130,000 on it. 4-door. It was 4-wheel drive. Had nice tires on it. A little bit bigger. I think they were 33s. Really nice old truck. Bought that, put a transmission in it. Just because I just can't stay away from buying second gens. There's really no reason that I bought that, but I did. Drove that for a short period of time, and then sold it made money on it. I think I sold it for $4,500. Had $3,000 in it. Found another V10 second gen. This is all still while I had that 2018 Dodge as my daily driver. Found the second. This one was a V10 automatic. It was a 95. It's in really good shape. Dashboard wasn't cracked on it. Seats were in good shape. Extended cab, long bed. So again, this was a 95, so it was before they did the suicide door, the 4 doors. Bought it for $3,000. Was actually gonna work that one. It had a 5th wheel hitch in it and everything. Sold it for, someone offered me $4,000, so I sold it before it ever went to work. Then I made a huge mistake. I sold my 2018 truck because I needed something bigger than a V6. I was going to be towing and doing all kinds of different things and beating the crap out of the truck, quite frankly. And that blue truck I had was too nice to be working it because I had opened my company at this point. So got rid of the blue truck and I bought a 96 Dodge second gen 1500 with a 360 in it. Automatic. Soon as I sold my blue truck and put this 96 into service, blew the transmission up in it. Put a transmission in it, worked it for a few months. It was an okay truck, but then I had a bunch of failure, water pump failure. I broke a flex plate in it. One thing after another. Idler pulley for the serpentine belt went bad. I was always working on it. And when you're working on a truck and you're using it for business, you're losing a ton of money because you're not only having to repair the truck, but you're not working. So got rid of that. I think I sold it for like $2,500. I had like 4 in it. So lost a bunch of money with that. that's when I got my 2021 5th gen, which we just did the oil change on. I said, you know what, I need a 3/4 ton. I'm not a big diesel guy, which is, say what you want about me, sorry. I really don't like the new emissions crap in them, and I'm really a big fan of the 6.4 Hemi, which is what my 2500 has. Long bed, crew cab. I tow heavy with that thing. I load the bed heavy with it, gravel and mulch and stone and all kinds of stuff. So that's been an awesome truck. I've used it for nothing but work. Hardly ever drive it for pleasure. Actually, I almost never drive it besides work. When I go out and do stuff, I take my 2nd gen. So those are the 2 trucks I currently own: the 2021 2500 and the 99 2nd gen. Hopefully in the next couple days, I will have my 2nd car ever, Shelby Dodge. I don't want to reveal exactly what it is, because just in case something falls through with this guy, the new vehicle will be a Shelby, it will be a Dodge. Don't want to name anything else because this guy's really flaky. So we'll see what comes of this. But hopefully in a couple days I have it. It's been one of my dream cars. Wanted one forever. Finally in a position, we're having a really good year with the business. Finally in a position where I've got enough freed up here that can spend some real money on a car. Because all my 2nd gen, $1,500, $3 grand, $4 grand. This is more than that. So really looking forward to it. I will keep you guys updated. I really hope that in a couple days I'll be filming me picking this vehicle up. So that's all for now. I just didn't want you guys to go too long without a video. Maybe this was a stupid video idea. Let me know. We'll kind of go from here, but we're gonna have a new project to work on soon, one way or another. So we'll see you guys on the next one.